Straight ahead on KCAL News at 4, an arrest made after an elderly Jewish man is attacked on his way to synagogue. We'll hear from the victim in the center of the latest hate crime investigation. Plus, Lady Luck strikes twice. A local gas station selling 2 winning jackpot tickets will break down the odds of all of you getting this lucky. And lingering clouds over SoCal as we start the work week. We are tracking what's coming your way in our next weather forecast. And award season is officially upon us. The Golden Globe nominations are out. The movies and shows stealing the hearts of viewers ahead. All that and more just minutes away right here on KCAL News at 4.
This is KCAL News, Los Angeles.
He has here 4 or 5 staples.
A Jewish man attacked in what's now being investigated as a hate crime. He and his wife sharing their story about being targeted as they walked to synagogue. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Juan Fernandez. The couple says they were singled out because they are Jewish. Beverly Hills police did arrest a suspect, but the man and his wife are telling their story, hoping to stop acts of hate like this from happening again. KCAL's Jeff Nguyen spoke with them.
It's exactly on the temple.
Rebecca Nissel showed us the 4 staples on her husband's head and his blood-stained shirt after he was hit with a belt buckle. The couple has been married for nearly 50 years.
A blow what hits my husband is a blow to my head. And the pain I feel is his pain.
My blood started to gush, started to run away.
The couple had been walking to their temple for service during the Sabbath. Rafi Nissel believes he was targeted Saturday because he was wearing a yarmulke.
He yelled to me, "Give me your earrings, Jew."
The attack happened at the corner of Rexford and Santa Monica across the street from the Beverly Hills Police Department and around the city's network of cameras. Even though Mr. Nissel was bleeding, he chased after the suspect.
My husband had such an rage and such anger that he wanted to just catch the guy.
A police officer was driving by and quickly noticed something was wrong.
All the sirens came out and chased him. Within a few seconds, he was apprehended.
44-year-old Jaris Salaji has been booked on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon, attempted robbery, hate crime, and elder abuse. Mrs. Nissel is the daughter of Holocaust survivors. Growing up in Austria, her brothers wouldn't wear their yarmulke in public, but she doesn't want her grandchildren to hide who they are.
We have to fight for our right to wear whatever we try to.
Mr. Nissel says he's not concerned about what's next for the suspect. Instead, he's hoping what happened to him doesn't happen again. He says anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and all forms of hate and violence should be condemned.
Just because I don't agree with you, it doesn't mean I have to kill you and I have to hate you or whatever. So I'd appreciate if the world takes it to a stage where we inform each other and we tolerate each other.
In Beverly Hills, Jeff Nguyen, KCAL News.
Embattled Ivy League presidents in danger of losing their jobs. One has already stepped down following her remarks at a congressional hearing on the rise of hate speech on college campuses. KCAL News reporter Skylar Henry has more now on this hot-button issue.
More than 500 Harvard professors submitted a petition backing university president Claudine Gay, who is under pressure to resign after last week's congressional hearings on anti-Semitic behavior on college campuses. Gay and the presidents from MIT and the University of Pennsylvania have all come under scrutiny after struggling to answer some questions about their policies.
Calling for the genocide of Jews violates Harvard Code of Conduct, correct?
Again, it depends on the context.
It does not depend on the context. The answer is yes, and this is why you should resign. These are unacceptable answers across the board.
Penn's president, Liz McGill, did just that over the weekend. McGill submitted a resignation letter Saturday, saying it has been my privilege to serve as president of this remarkable institution. Afterwards, Stefanik tweeted, "1 down, 2 to go."
Stefanik is not alone. More than 70 members of Congress from both parties have sent letters to the governing boards of the universities demanding the president step down.
House members say they're launching investigations to look into anti-Semitism on other college campuses as well.
This is not just confined to these campuses. We want to look at Columbia, Cornell, and many, many other institutions.
Harvard President Gay later apologized, saying she should have been clear that threats against Jewish students are unacceptable at Harvard. Skyler Henry, KCAL News.
The search is on for a couple of thieves who hit businesses at a Westlake District strip mall. Police say 2 men wearing masks and dark clothing broke into 3 businesses: LA Beauty, Dollar Hits Street Food, and Mom's Bake Shop. The burglaries were reported around 4:30 this morning at 243 North Carondelet Street. The owner of Dollar Hits says she lost a lot.
Everything taken, and my cash register, my another cash register, all gone.
The burglars got away. Anyone with information is being asked to call the LAPD. Now to this, a huge backup on the 210 in Irwindale this afternoon after a big crash. Assignment editor Mike Rogers is at the desk. And Mike, tell us what happened here.
Yeah, Juan, this was a crash involving a big rig, and it really caused the backup on the 210. The good news is I just talked to CHP a few minutes ago. The SIG alert has just been cleared, but there is still some significant traffic. You're looking at the video here. You see that big rig carrying something back there, and look at the front of it there. You can see the tire completely missing after this crash. At one point, it was pretty severely damaged actually as well. Now CHP says they actually had to bring out health hazmat to clean up a fuel spill that was part of this as well. They have since been able to do all of that. We saw some street sweepers there. We saw some other kind of equipment doing that also. They're getting that cleared up right now, and it is cleared, but the traffic is still pretty bad out there. You know, anytime we kind of get to these afternoon hours and we have these crashes, as we come back out here to the desk, that really creates kind of a longer lasting impact one. So again, it's cleared, but it is still slow through the 210 in Irwindale.
Yeah, that ripple effect does stay around for a bit. All right, Mike, thanks. An audit of LAPD helicopters is raising some questions about the benefit of the program. According to the audit done by the city controller's office, more than 60% of flight time is spent on low priority incidents, costing taxpayers nearly $50 million per year. The audit revealed that the nearly $47 million budget of the helicopter program costs more money than 14 city departments' annual budget. It also showed the helicopters spent a disproportionate amount of time in certain communities compared to other areas. And the LAPD doesn't have a formal contract with its flight log application vendor, which the controller says raises ethical and legal concerns.
There are serious monetary, environmental, and quality of life issues that we are inviting into our city. The environmental impact of burning so much fuel, and you need a lot of fuel to keep 2 helicopters up in the sky 20 hours a day.
The audit focused on LAPD's use of helicopters from 2018 through 2022. It explored whether the department needs the program based on its current size and scope. The program consists of 17 choppers and more than 90 employees. LAPD Chief Michael Moore just released a statement that says, in part, "I believe the Air Support Division's activities play a critical role in our public safety mission here in Los Angeles. Their flights frequently result in their arrival at calls for service ahead of our patrol cars, aiding responding officers with critical information and situational awareness." Late night drivers will want to avoid parts of the 91 freeway this week because of overnight closures, and it starts tonight. Starting at 10 o'clock tonight, in fact, westbound lanes of the 91 freeway will be closed in Corona to the 71 to Green River Road. The closure will last from 10 at night until 4 the next morning, tonight, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The Riverside County Transportation Commission says crews will be building support structures for the new 71-91 connector, just like they did in the eastbound lanes earlier this fall. The closures will last into mid-January. All right, let's take a live look outside right now. A little cloudy to kick off the work week. And meteorologist Olga Ospina is here now with a first look at the next weather forecast. Olga.
Hi, Juan. And you know what? It includes temperatures in the 70s. We have some hazy sunshine, mostly high clouds streaming overhead. Expecting a beautiful sunset tonight, so enjoy it. But we are continuing with these above average temperatures. We've had a lot of 70s for inland spots this afternoon. So you can see that cloud cover streaming overhead. Numbers are are down, however, because we've been dealing with this area of high pressure that is weakening. It will continue to weaken as we head into the next couple of days. So numbers are down by a few degrees, but still above average and still enjoying some 70s even currently right now. So we have low 70s through Santa Clarita, 73 in Simi Valley. Along the coastline, we are feeling 62 in Malibu. For the high desert, temperatures are in the 60s for Lancaster into Palmdale, 60s and still some 70s lingering through the LA area as well as in Orange County. We'll take a look at when the 80s are returning. I do have that in my extended forecast, and I'll have all those details in just a few minutes. Juan.
Hard to believe, Olga. All right, thanks. The Barbie movie left a big pink handprint on many people's hearts, and now it's leaving a major mark on the Golden Globes. The film, along with HBO's Succession, dominated the nominations this morning. Entertainment reporter Suzanne Marquez has the highlights.
It's Barbie's world. We're just living in it. It leads the Golden Globe film nominations with 9, with acting nods for Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, Best Director for Greta Gerwig, and Screenplay for her and her partner Noah Baumbach. 3 nominations for Original Song, including Dua Lipa's Dance the Night, I'm always number 2, I'm Just Ken, and Billie Eilish's What Was I Made For.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer has 8, up for Best Director, Screenplay, Original Score, and Best Motion Picture Drama, leading the drama category, and a Best Acting nod for Cillian Murphy. Supporting nods went to Emily Blunt and Robert Downey Jr.
We anoint you. You get the bauble.
In its final season, Succession has landed a record-breaking 9 TV nominations, with Brian Cox, Jeremy Strong, and Kieran Culkin all up for Best Actor. Matthew Macfadyen, Alexander Skarsgård, and Alan Ruck face off in the Best Supporting Actor race. Sarah Snook is up for Best Actress, and J. Smith Cameron is vying for Supporting.
Was he apologizing?
I mean, did he ask?
I mean, if he were to call, then I guess we would see.
Suzanne Marquez.
And you can watch the Golden Globes Award live on CBS Los Angeles, Channel 2 on Sunday, January 7th. Coverage will start at 5 p.m. Shohei Ohtani will be in Dodger blue this upcoming baseball season. And if you're planning on going to see him play at the home opener, get ready to shell out some big bucks. The Dodgers home opener is on March 28th. The team is not selling single game tickets just yet, but look at the prices on the secondary market. StubHub, the cheapest ticket we found for the game against the Cardinals is $360. That's for seats in the preferred reserve section. There are actually standing room only tickets that are going for more than $700 for that game, and sitting in the dugout club could cost you more than $7,000. We asked one diehard fan what he thinks of those prices.
It's a little overwhelming, you know, but I guess people that have the money that can afford it, I'm sure they're going to make it. I'm going to be one of them, maybe not going 15 times this year, but I'm going to try to see if I can make it.
We also checked Ohtani's former team, the Angels. Tickets for their home opener next season are going for as little as $36. Coming up here at 4, a tornado devastation. Tornadoes carve a path of destruction across Tennessee, leveling homes and leaving residents picking up the pieces. Plus, 'tis the season for sniffles, which you can do to protect yourself from respiratory viruses as winter creeps in. Plus, the history of crime fighting in LA will take you inside the LA County Sheriff's Museum. This afternoon, a Glendale man has been arrested after being accused of going on a racist tirade. Assignment editor Mike Rogers is back at the desk now. And Mike, this involves street vendors, right?
Yeah, that's right, Juan. It is something the Glendale Police Department has been investigating for a while. It actually happened in November, but they're just now bringing charges against this person. I'll show you his photo here. This is released to us by the Glendale Police Department. They say this man, 36 years old, went on a racist tirade against street vendors in the city of Glendale. And apparently during that racist tirade, he picked up this chunk of concrete concrete and then threw it at them. Luckily, we don't believe anybody was injured in all of that, but still a pretty very serious situation. Now, the Glendale Police Department investigated this for some time, ultimately making this arrest. Now, because nobody was injured, these charges will be misdemeanors. So he is being dealt with that. The city attorney will prosecute these charges as misdemeanors. But again, this person arrested for a hate crime attack, according to the Glendale Police Department, that occurred back in November 1.
All right, Mike, thank you. Deadly tornadoes in Tennessee have killed 6 people and wiped out entire neighborhoods in some places. Videos posted on social media show the intense winds and the night sky light up from exploding electrical equipment. In just minutes, powerful tornadoes shredded homes in Middle Tennessee. The city of Clarksville was the hardest hit, where the National Weather Service says an EF3 tornado reached max wind speeds of 150 miles an hour. And closer to Nashville, an EF2 tornado sent mobile homes airborne in Birmingham, Alabama. Lots of storm debris after 2 tornadoes touched down in that area. Thankfully, no one was injured. Back in Tennessee, Governor Bill Lee toured the damaged area.
There are victims whose lives are devastated and will never be the same.
The same massive system is now flooding parts of New York, New Jersey, and southern New England. It's that time of year when viruses like COVID and the flu begin to surge. The CDC says at least 15 states are experiencing high or very high levels of respiratory illness. KCAL's Cara Finstrom explains what we're seeing locally and how you can protect yourself.
It's the season for holiday decorations, family gatherings, one big rose parade and bowl game, and unfortunately, respiratory viruses.
They're getting sick, and they're very weak with fever, and it scares me.
Grandma Esmeralda Baylor says many kids in her neighborhood are battling viruses, so she's keeping Emma's playtime outside.
You don't have to be around a lot of people, to enjoy the day.
Pasadena epidemiologist Dr. Matthew Feaster is a virus detective. He tracks what's making people in his city sick, and right now,
there's been an early increase in flu A and B, but really we're seeing increases in RSV and SARS coronavirus or COVID.
Dr. Feaster says the best way to keep your family healthy this holiday is to take preventative steps, including getting up to date on vaccinations now. When it comes to COVID,
right now we are seeing it's still the Omicron lineage, and that's a good sign. We know a lot about it.
Dr. Feaster says that also means current vaccine formulations are protecting against the main strains. As for RSV, he encourages expecting parents, families with babies, and seniors to talk with their physicians about new RSV drugs and vaccines for those at greatest risk. And if you're wondering when not to send your child to school,
if they have a fever, please keep them home. If they're starting to see symptom recovery, it is okay to send them back, but we do ask that they use good infection control.
That includes washing hands properly, not sharing food, and covering the mouth while coughing. While virus levels are climbing, Dr. Feaster stresses they're far from the record levels we saw in recent years. He says practicing virus prevention can help keep it that way, especially here in the Crown City, as crowds flock from around the world.
Accepted is going to be around, and you just have to learn how to take care of yourself.
Cara Finstrom, KCAL News.
Get down! Get down!
Tempers fly near the campus of Yale University after a person climbs a menorah and plants a Palestinian flag on it. The university condemned the act, calling it deeply anti-Semitic. This happened over the weekend on the third night of Hanukkah. Witnesses say the person is not affiliated with any group, but the university and police are investigating. Dozens of arrests on Capitol Hill during an Israel-Hamas war demonstration in front of the Senate building. Nearly 50 people were taken into custody during the protest, which called for an immediate ceasefire in the war. One protester even climbed a sculpture and tied himself to it. Last week, a pro-Palestinian demonstration met President Biden during his LA fundraiser here in Los Angeles. President Biden has invited his Ukrainian counterpart, Volodymyr Zelensky, to visit the White House tomorrow. The administration is warning that it will run out of aid money for Ukraine if a new round of funding is not approved by lawmakers. But some members of Congress say they will not approve aid for Ukraine or Israel without addressing the situation at our southern border. Coming up here at 4:30, some good news about the rental market. Prices are down across the country. Ahead, where things stand here.
Are you feeling lucky? Well, somebody is, or two people are. To be honest, we don't know, because this gas station in Encino sold 2 winning jackpot tickets for Friday night's drawing. What went right? We'll let you know coming up.
Lady Luck strikes in the same place twice. 2 Mega Million winning tickets sold at the same SoCal location. The odds of winning are about 1 in 300 million, and 2 jackpot tickets at the same location, well, those are just as rare. But it did happen at a Chevron station in Encino to the tune of $395 million. KCAL News reporter Joy Benedict has the amazing story.
I mean, this is just a crazy story, right? I don't know if it's odds, I don't know if it's luck, but for whatever reason, this gas station here behind me sold not 1, but 2 winning tickets for the Mega Millions drawing on Friday night, and everybody here wants to know who got it.
To win that jackpot, you must match these 5 white balls plus that gold mega ball.
The balls rolled and the luck struck, but at this gas station in Encino, it was a double dose of a jackpot.
That's how it works, right? You can't predict it.
Those filling up are in disbelief after 2 Mega Millions jackpot tickets were sold for Friday night's drawing, and they were both sold here.
Okay, so are they going for 3? Because I'll go buy a ticket now if they're going for 3. Maybe 3 is a good number for them.
Actually, the lucky mega ball number that night was 13.
Out of everywhere in the U.S., it's sold here, not 1 but 2. I don't think that's happened before.
Employees are already guessing about who bought them.
I think it's a regular. That'd be even cooler if it is, because I would know them.
But how did it happen?
Has this ever happened before? Not with a prize of this magnitude.
Lottery spokesperson Carolyn Decker says it could have been 2 separate people buying 2 separate tickets at the same store, or since the lottery offers advanced play, a single person could have accidentally purchased the same ticket on 1 transaction or 2, but they won't say which one it is.
When someone comes forward, a winner or winners, there's a series of standard questions that all of our big winners are asked by our law enforcement division, and the actual winner, the rightful winner, has to corroborate those details. I do want to clarify this. This was not a technical glitch. This was not a technical glitch. Maybe it was somebody's memory glitch. I don't know.
But those here at the store are guessing it's simply luck, and they credit their machine.
It's one of the older ones, but hey, he got the job done.
I think it's 10-year-old.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Do you have a name for it?
I don't. I might name her now, though.
Lucky.
Lucky.
We're gonna call this machine Lucky.
That's the lucky machine now.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going with this just being a lucky machine. So I got my tickets for the next drawing. But in case you have forgotten, not only do we have 2 winning tickets here from Mega Millions on Friday that haven't been claimed yet, we also have the $1 billion ticket winner in Frazier Park and the $1 billion ticket winner in downtown LA, all in the last few months here in Southern California. None of them have yet to be claimed. So claim them, check your tickets, give the money away, give it to me, I don't care. But nonetheless, somebody please come forward. From Encino, I'm Joy Benedict, KCAL News.
Overall, rent is down across the country, but not as much across the Southland. A new report shows a return to seasonal patterns, meaning rents rise in summer and fall during the winter months. In November, the median price for rent in LA and Orange County metro areas came in at about $3,500. That's a nearly 2% drop from October, but it's a nearly 5.5% increase from this time last year. Things are starting to look up for renters. Rent prices in the Southern California area have fallen the last 3 months. Still, we are not seeing what the rest of the nation is seeing, and that's a significant decrease in median rent prices year over year.
So why are we seeing rents across the board generally falling, but not here in the LA metro area?
Well, I think California is well known to be having a housing crisis, and so I think that the dynamics that are bringing rents down across the nation are we're seeing a lot more inventory come online, and that's just not quite the case in California, and so that's keeping those prices up.
Well, there you have it. John Leckie with Rent.com also says while a significant amount of people leaving the state during the pandemic, that trend has started to reverse course, meaning there is now a greater demand for the rental units that are available here. All right, let's take a live look outside towards LAX right now as holiday travel starts to ramp up a bit and a very nice sunset there as well. AAA says this season is expected to be the busiest on record when it comes to flights. Airports can see about 7.5 million passengers between Saturday, December 23rd, and Monday, January 1st. And the roads are also expected to be busy this year. In all, more than 115 million Americans will likely travel over the 10-day period. That's up 2.5 million from last year. AAA says the fact that Christmas and New Year's days are both falling on Mondays will likely increase the number of travelers. Well, if you are hitting the road for your holiday travel, an electric vehicle might be a good idea. Consumer Reports tested several electric vehicles and found that some performed even better than the estimated range listed. Topping the list, the Mercedes EQE. Its EPA calculated range is listed at 260 miles per charge.
It went 28% further in our test than the EPA number.
Well, that's a nice surprise.
Yeah, it is a very nice surprise. We feel that the range on the highway is actually the most important because that's when you kind of need it most.
Well, some other cars didn't do quite as well. A 2021 Tesla traveled 39 miles less than its calculated range. The LA County Sheriff's Department has been around for more than 170 years, and that's a lot of crime-fighting history there. The department has its own museum to chronicle its past, and KCAL News reporter Jeff Nguyen takes us inside.
So I'm standing here at what used to be the 10th floor jail. These steel bars and doors are part of the LA County Sheriff's Department's museum, housed inside LA's Hall of Justice.
What was the murder weapon in this case?
Rattlesnakes. Mike Frantantoni is its curator and historian. There's an archive of famous cases and the jail cell where actor Robert Mitchum served 60 days for marijuana possession in 1949. We found Robert Mitchum's mugshot. This photograph has never seen the light of day. I can't find it anywhere on the internet. The department has had hundreds of badge designs in its history. Female deputies used to wear skirts which got shorter through the years. When they first got into the field, they carried purses. So this here is where the female deputies would store their equipment. They would also put their firearm here. This is a holster for a 2-inch .38 and a holder for their handcuffs. The building originally housed the Sheriff's Department, the District Attorney's Office, and the Coroner's Office until 1972. Many famous people were autopsied here, from Robert Kennedy to Marilyn Monroe, the Black Dahlia. The shared space didn't work out after a major flood that caused too many bodies to be stored here. Some of the smells that were coming through this office and going up to the upper floors, there was an issue with that. This box camera was originally used to photograph prisoners. Then the coroner's office documented autopsies with it until 1970. The last photographs I could find that were used with this camera were Janis Joplin. The museum isn't open to the public, but the artifacts show the department's evolution. It's just interesting to look back at how things were done and how far we've come since then, but at the same time paying tribute to those who came before us. Because the story of the long arm of the law can't be told in shorthand. In downtown Los Angeles, Jeff Nguyen, KCAL News.
Up next, what did you Google this year? The tech giant is out with the top search trends of 2023. We'll have the results ahead. Plus, a splashing escapade. Some beachgoers have a whale of a tale to tell after a majestic visitor joined them for a swim. Our Chips for Kids toy drive is doing great things. If you would like to donate a new unwrapped toy, here are your drop-off locations located throughout Southern California. You can also donate online by scanning that QR code you see there on your screen. You can also go to chipsforkids.com or text the word toys to 76278. Well, Shohei Ohtani is sweeping across Southern California after word came that Shohei Ohtani is going to the Dodgers, but there's one major step that hasn't happened. There's been no announcement from the team yet. Jamie, how's that?
Just a small little detail.
What's going on?
Just a little thing. While Shohei Ohtani himself posted that he would be joining the Dodgers next season, as Juan said, there's been no announcement from the team just yet. And there's a couple reasons.
Well, a nice start to the week weather-wise. Meteorologist Olga Ospina is back now with a final check of your next weather forecast. Olga.
Hi, Juan. Yes, dry conditions, temperatures in the 70s. Can't get much better than that.
And there's more news ahead at 5 on CBS Los Angeles, Channel 2. Susie Sudd joins us now with the preview. Hi, Suze.
Hi there, Juan. Ahead at the top of the hour, the LAPD in the hot seat. Their helicopters cost $50 million a year, but are they worth that money? Well, tonight we're going to break down the numbers and the response from the police chief. And look at this, an incredible rescue. A man trapped for hours under a boulder weighing more than 6,000 pounds. All that and much more ahead on KCAL News at 5 on CBS Los Angeles. That's Channel 2. Juan, back to you.
All right, see you soon, Susie. Still to come here at 4, a singing Santa, the heartwarming way Old St. Nick is spreading cheer to hearing impaired children and showing them what the holidays are all about. Well, we love ending our newscast with stories like this. 'Tis the season for giving and heartfelt stories just like this. Santa's making sure everyone on his nice list feels the holiday magic this year. A signing Santa was on the job this weekend in Missouri, spending time with deaf and hearing impaired kids.
It is so magical. Our kids so often don't have the opportunity to communicate with anyone directly, but to an idol like Santa Claus, who is so precious and so special and is all-knowing. To have direct access on a day like this is amazing.
And look at this, lots of smiles here, lots of interactions. About 100 kids got some one-on-one time with Santa Claus, and it looks like he even read their list of what they'd like to get for Christmas this year. We want to thank you for watching KCAL News at 4. Our next newscast is just moments away on KCAL News at 5, on CBS Los Angeles, over on Channel 2. And we're always on KCALnews.com and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. And we, of course, will see you again tonight for more news on KCAL News at 8, 9, and 10. Enjoy the afternoon, everybody.